Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's March 4th, I believe, and this is going to be the start of a new weekly reading and writing vlog. So, what is on my agenda for today? I have scheduled for me to work by myself because it is the slowest day of the week here at the facility at my job, so I can get a lot of creative stuff done. And I'm gonna be doing a little bit of everything. So I need to really get my ass into gear with reading Sorcery of Thorns. Like I said in last week's vlog, which I'm also posting today, so I need to make sure that everything is up and running and the description is there and all that extra stuff, but that's going up at 11 a.m. But like I said in that vlog, I've been able to do about a chapter a day, sometimes more than that, but it's definitely taking its time because the story is not quite clicking with me, although they're currently at a part, they're back at another library, and I think the library aspects, that setting, that sort of unique magic system where the books are almost alive and have different personalities and can be creepy and monstrous is one of the strongest aspects of the book, but I'm having trouble connecting to the main character, the protagonist, and so that's kind of preventing me from really getting into the book and enjoying it fully, although there are a ton of aspects about it that I really like. So, but like I said, I want to focus on reading quite a bit of that today. I have been listening to Red Rising. I'm a little bit past the halfway point, and I mean, that one is taking no trouble for me to get through because I love it. I started crying again. I was listening to it this morning and it made me tear up, but like tears of joy rather than tears of sorrow like I had last week when listening to it. If you've read Golden Sun before, it is the chapter called Trust, and that just like, oh, it's so sweet. This book is so like, it's brutal and intense and violent and crazy, but also like very charming and very sweet and touching at points. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love Pierce Brown. There's also a lot to gain writing Rise. There was something that happened where, despite the fact that this is written in first person present tense, so you're in the character's head, Darrow's head, the entire time, there's still some very clever things being done where he can like withhold certain information and then reveal it later. But still give hints throughout and still have it be this cool reveal, even though we're in his head most of the time anyway. So there's just like very interesting things going on in that regard. And speaking of writing, I sent out my newly revised and hopefully completed chapter 1 to a handful of friends, including my secret editor friend. And while I'm still waiting for feedback from a handful of them, my secret editor friend did get back to me yesterday. She said in all caps, yes, 12 exclamation points. This is great, 15 exclamation points. I think this is exactly on point, 10 exclamation points. I like teared up when I saw it. I had a feeling this was exactly the direction I needed to go in, but it's just good to finally get that feedback. If you guys have been keeping up with the vlogs, then you know that she does not hold back, and she has been pretty brutal, both on a developmental level with the story and also on a sentence by sentence level with especially with like point of view and stuff like that. I'm very happy that this is the feedback that she had for me. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and move on to revising my chapter 2, which was previously my chapter 1, but now there's like a whole bunch of information that I need to cut out of it and kind of a new idea, a new angle on a certain character, a new flashback scene that I want to add into it. So that is what I'm going to work on today as well. And then a little bit of video editing for the video that I'm going to post this Friday, which is the book cover one, which I think will be really fun. So something that I have kind of realized looking at my schedule, I really want to query this book. I was aiming for March. March is not going to happen. It's March 4th. this is not ready. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done to the manuscript. So now I'm aiming for before summer, but at the rate I'm going, I don't think that's gonna happen either, unless I really take the time, I think during the weekends, where I just have to close myself off and work on it as if it is my job, as in for like 6 to 8 hours a day, Saturday and Sunday. So I have a friend that's going to be out of town for a while. The Bachelor is coming to an end and I've been hanging out with friends to do that. I don't have any big like events other than getting my tattoo. Another thing that I'm just thinking about is that I'm potentially traveling April, May, June, like having to get on a plane or drive back home. So I have the next 3 weeks in March are fairly clear, relatively clear. Like there's no big travel, there's no big events or parties that I have to think about or go to. And so I really need to use this opportunity to bang out this manuscript. And obviously that's easier said than done because I do have friends, I do have social obligations, I work full time, I have dogs and a house to take care of, but boy, do I want to get this manuscript done and over with. So I need to figure out some times during the week where I just really need to buckle down and get things figured out. A chapter a week has been working out for me and been fairly comfortable for me to reach, but if I want to query this book within the next 3 months, it's gotta be way more than that. Wish me luck, guys. I'm gonna get to work though, and I will talk to you guys later. Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. I'm so sorry for not getting any more footage of yesterday, but some exciting news. Me and my girlfriends are going to Vegas, not in May, but at the end of March. So in like 3 weeks, we're gonna head out for 4 days, 3 nights. We're still looking for hotel room to split, and I'm so excited to go somewhere warm and to honestly go swimming. I'm like really looking forward to that, and maybe catch a show or something. But anyway, so that's in the midst. But on a reading front, I actually read quite a bit of Sorcery of Thorns yesterday. So I have 150 pages left. I've been trying to pin down why I'm struggling to enjoy this book as much as I want to. I think it had a really, really strong beginning and a lot of things about it that I really like. I think the setting is fantastic. Everything involving like these like grand magical libraries and like the power of books and all that is really cool. I haven't read anything like that. I mean, magical libraries is a like fantasy trope, but the way this is done is really interesting and new and unique, and there's a lot going on that I really like. But I realized that I'm having trouble connecting to the main character and her love interest, and I think that is because the author tells rather than shows a lot of their interactions. Like whenever these characters spend time together, you get a lot of paragraphs about what they do with that time together, but you don't actually get to experience, or like you're just not experiencing a lot of them actually doing these things, or like even how the main character Elizabeth, how she feels about something. It's just kind of like she is this, but it's not really showing. I don't feel like I'm really in her head or I feel anything. I just don't feel like there's that much to her. Like she's on paper a cool character, but then she's just like everything's at an arm's distance. I don't know. It's a strange feeling with this book. Golden Sun, on the other hand, I teared up. I keep tearing up at this book because it's so sweet. Hello, I am back home. I just got back from a super long walk with the puppies because it's like 60 degrees out. So I just was very happy being outside. There's more light. It's just good vibes all around. I still feel like I'm so far from the end of this book, Sorcery of Thorns. it feels like I just hit the climax, so the fact that I still have basically 130 pages left, I'm just like, what else is there to read? Like, what am I doing? Hopefully it ends on a cool note. There was a few things that happened just in like the 20 pages that I read when I got home where I was like, I don't know, just not abiding to their own magic systems. She has a funky way of writing dialogue where it's so long and drawn out and really high pressure situations where I'm just like, why are you talking so much? I thought this person was dying or whatever. And it's just kind of, it's on my nerves. I just hope that I don't like truly dread this book by the time I get to the end of it, because it had such an incredible start, such a strong beginning, that it would suck if it just like truly petered out at the end. But I guess there's still hope that something cool will happen. I need to do one more round of editing on the video I'm going to post tomorrow. But otherwise I'm going to download that and get that ready to throw up for this Friday. I work a very long shift tomorrow because there's an event that night at the country club, so we're gonna be busy. But I am trying to gear myself up to do a little bit of writing this evening, or at least getting the groundwork for the changes I need to make to chapter 2, double check on like what sort of changes I might need to make to the chapters I previously edited, and then go back to basically where I started before the whole brand new chapter 1 rewrite debacle. I tend to at most write for 3 or 4 hours, but like I have to get my ass into gear if I want to query before the beginning of the summer. So, which means I probably should work on some writing right now while I have the evening to myself. But I don't know, writing's hard and sometimes I want to procrastinate. But no, I know I need to do it. So wish me luck with all that, guys. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. So I am just about to walk the puppies and head to work. Like I said yesterday, I'm gonna be at work all day today, but in between shifts, I'm gonna go to Starbucks and work on my chapter 2. I'm pretty confident, I think, about where it's gonna be going. I did some note-taking last night, partially because I got distracted. My new phone has an absurd amount of storage, and I never had the Goodreads app before, so then I got it, and now I have a lot of stuff. So I'll link my Goodreads account down below if you want to see some of the books that I've already read. I haven't like really given any of them a star system yet. I'll do that eventually. But more importantly, all the books that I'm looking to read, and please suggest some down below if I haven't had them added yet to my to be read list, because now I'm definitely going to use that as a tool when I go into half price books or the library to be like, ooh, what can I snag? So I don't forget the things that I want to read in the future. I got through a little bit more of Sorcery of Thorns, which is all right. I don't know, stuff is happening. So I ended up listening to a lot of Golden Sun last night too. I think I only have like 7 hours left, which is so sad. I feel like the last, 5 or so hours just go by so quickly with audiobooks. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's gonna go by so fast. It's wonderful, and I'm shocked by how much the main character, Darrow, is just one of the most interesting characters, interesting protagonists I have ever read or seen or dealt with ever. It's so good. And another thing is that if you guys have watched me for a while, then you know that I'm not a huge fan of first-person narratives. I usually find them to be super limiting, but due to the way that this book is structured, it's like so important that it's first person and only makes the story more interesting. And oh, I love everything about these books thus far. Now granted, we still have one to go, so we'll see how the trilogy ends up wrapping itself up. Can't wait to listen to more of it, but I'm also like, I don't want it to end. I already have the 3rd book downloaded for my Audible account. I also have a video going live today, so I need to make the thumbnail for that. I will be listening to a decent amount of Golden Sun just due to my commute and what I'm doing today. I don't know if I'll be able to get to Sorcery of Thorns, and probably Sunday this week is going to be like just a big reading day and see if I can just get this book done with because it's kind of obnoxious how long it's taking me to get through it. But today in between shifts and then tomorrow I want to see how much of my book I can bang out editing wise. Chapter 2 needs a decent amount. This new chapter 2, which used to be my previous chapter 1, needs a decent amount of rewriting, but beyond that I think it will just be an editing thing. So I will hopefully be able to bang out a ton of chapters if I am diligent. So I will take you guys with me today though. It still feels so crazy to try to talk to you guys in a parking lot, especially because there's just people around me. It is popping, but I am at Kroger's. I'm gonna go to the Starbucks that's in there and work on my writing, maybe snag something to eat before having to go back to the center. But I have my video posted, I got some work stuff done, so all I need to do now is work on my writing. So let's go get a bunch of stuff done today, guys. Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. Sorry, I'm filming off my phone right now, so I will make it quick. My regular vlogging camera is in my car, and I have to like get ready to leave because I have that volunteer orientation for the dog shelter this morning. So I need to take my puppies on a walk and then go hang out with more puppies. But yesterday, while extremely busy and hectic when it comes to my writing, I think my chapter 2 is going really well. It's so the easy thing to do would just relay certain events in chronological order, but I'm experimenting with having kind of a flashback moment in the middle of the scene. It's crazy. It sounds nuts not going into detail, but in my head, I think it's cool and a little bit more interesting than just going in chronological order. I think there's like something just adds a little bit more drama and context to what's going on in that chapter 2, but it also needs to be pulled off well, or it could be confusing. So that's what I started writing out. So I need to go through and finish writing that out, and then obviously reread it and make sure that it makes any freaking sense. And then today I'm gonna go to like a Barnes and Noble or a library or something and work on it for a while, get through chapter 2, edit 3 and 4, which I've already edited, but just make sure on a sentence by sentence level, like change some things up a little bit. They don't really need any content editing. And then hopefully just move on to the next few chapters. I don't know how far I'll get in all that today, but that is the plan. So that being said, I will see you guys later. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. So sorry that this vlog has been a little inconsistent. Yesterday, it was like 65 degrees out, so I was not inside a lot of the day and definitely not using my camera or on my phone that much because it was just so beautiful. And just to give you kind of an update on my life in general, so I did the dog shelter volunteer orientation. I have a few more like classes to take because I just want to make sure that you know how to handle these dogs that tend to be more anxious and a little bit more difficult to deal with, and then you can literally go in and walk them whenever you want, which is why I wanted to do it because it sounded very convenient. And then I also, I guess I'm gonna tell you guys, signed up for a gym membership because I decided I wanted to do mainly some strength training in the morning, and there's a Planet Fitness very close to my place of work, so I can do that, shower, and then still probably come into work early. More for maintenance, more to strengthen my back because I have slight scoliosis, and also to help with posture. And because, I don't know, it'll just get my blood moving and I feel much more focused and creative, on top of walking my dogs and spending time outdoors. Definitely got some writing done this weekend. And while I think today or tomorrow I'm going to film a video for later this week, like a sit down video, I haven't decided yet, doing either one vlog a week, maybe 2 vlogs a week for a month or 2, just so that I can really focus in on my writing and try to get as much of that done as possible. Because filming and editing and posting and responding to comments, which I love to do, it's like one of my favorite hobbies, but it does take up a good amount of time. I would say it's a solid 20 to 25 hours a week to do all of this. And while I'm totally willing to do it, I also really want to get this manuscript like polished up and done. So that's just something I'm considering right now. I'll definitely let you guys know if that ends up happening. I need to really look at my schedule and just really try to focus in on the days that I need to work and get stuff done. So it's just, I need to do a lot of planning, basically. As for this upcoming week, the Bachelor season finale is tonight and tomorrow night. They have a 2-nighter thing going on, which is like, okay, take your freaking time, but whatever, Bachelor. So I'm gonna be watching it with my friends those 2 nights. I'm taking Wednesday morning off so I can hopefully get a little lit Tuesday. I'm really just trying to finish Sorcery of Thorns before I go on my Vegas trip so I can have a new book to read during that. Although I might not be able to bring a book at all, because part of the reason the plane tickets are so cheap is because we're on this very cheap airline where you can bring one personal item. To bring even just a carry-on bag was another 40 bucks, which I was just like, no, we're not going to be there long enough to justify that. But I am just going to have to be very careful and sparing with what I bring. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna need to mess around with the bag that I'm gonna bring and like see what kind of stuff I want to bring, because it's like, well, you know, bathing suits and cover up and day clothes, night clothes, going out clothes. There's a lot of clothes involved. So we'll see. I might just have to stick to an audiobook. Speaking of, I am almost done with Golden Sun. I have like less than 3 hours to go, and it's so good. I absolutely love it. I'm recommending it to everybody I know. It is one of the best character studies I have ever seen. One of my favorite characters of all time. I mean, I should finish the series first before I make those sort of declarations. This is also one of the first person books that I feel actually really works, where the first person perspective isn't just frustrating and limiting. It actually really adds to the story. There is a point to it. And to be fair to Sorcery of Thorns, there is some stuff happening that is starting to be a little bit more interesting to me. It's starting to pick up a little bit. Yeah, ooh, I gotta get going, but I will see you guys later. All right, guys, so it is about 2:20 in the afternoon. I just got done editing this vlog up until this point, so I'll just need to add a few more clips and then we'll be ready to go probably tomorrow, which would be Tuesday. So that's right on track with what I'm trying to do. A Tuesday, Friday posting schedule seems to work for me, unless I decide to cut down on videos. I don't know. Definitely let me know down below how you feel about the idea of having 2 vlogs per week for a month or 2, like an exclusive reading and an exclusive writing oriented vlog. So they would probably be shorter, but they would also be separated, and maybe, especially for the reading vlogs, getting into more details and spoiler categories. Let me know. I'm still trying to figure that out. I need to head out around 3:30 so I can get a little bit of grocery shopping and my gym stuff figured out, go home, walk the puppies, and make it to my friend's house to watch part 1 of the season finale of The Bachelor. Tomorrow's gonna be a ton of fun when we're finally at the final episode of this season, and I'm thoroughly enjoyed my time with this show, not to divulge into the freaking Bachelor, but I've never watched it before. I had a great time watching it with my friends, especially when wine was involved, but I'm definitely happy it's ending. So yeah, for the next 40 minutes, I'm gonna do a little bit of writing. I think more editing, just reading what I wrote over this last weekend and just seeing how sane it is. I still haven't sent my updated chapter 2 to my secret editor friend or anything like that. Oh, also, I wanted to throw a little PSA out there. If you reach out to me in any capacity, whether it's YouTube comments or emails or DMs on Instagram, I am sorry if I'm really bad at getting back to all of that, and if it takes me a few days or a week. It's not that I'm not thinking about it. It's not that I won't respond. Just for some reason, I sometimes take my time with all that. Like with YouTube comments, I really like to be on my laptop when I respond to those, because I feel like I'm just more able to be more thoughtful and get more stuff on there and make sure I don't know, just really taking the time and being present when responding to you guys. I mean, same with emails and stuff too. I don't want this kind of stuff to be flippant. I am paying attention. I am thinking about how I want to respond to you guys, and I'm trying to be thoughtful, but then sometimes that means that I end up pushing off the response times. Just wanted to make sure I threw that out there. I'll try to snag a clip or two, and then this will probably be the end of this week's writing vlog. So definitely make sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, to comment because I love talking to you guys more than anything, and to subscribe so you don't miss out on any new vlogs in the future. And next week's vlog will be real fun because it will show me getting getting my big old tattoo on the back. So that will be an interesting and slightly terrifying experience. So make sure to check that out. And I appreciate and love you guys so, so much. Happy reading, happy writing, and I will see you guys next week. What? Do you think we're going somewhere? Where are we going? Yukon, where are we going? Hey. Sometimes it's nice to have an outside perspective.
And I know it's my family right now.
To tell you what's really going on.
He's lying about love. He's got these blinders on. He doesn't want to see this.